Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. And today I have a very special guest, and that's Captain Edie Rinehart, who has recently retired from our Division of Fire and Rescue Service. Welcome to the show.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
So I'm really happy to have you on today. You've had a really interesting career in the fire service, retiring after 31 years of service. So can you kind of share how you first became involved in the fire service?
Well, many years ago, when we moved from Montgomery County when I was only 8, so I was in '69, and my dad actually was a charter member of the Wolfsville Fire Company, so helped build it. So we always saw him running calls. So my brother and I, very competitive because he's my twin, he got into it first, and I said, well, if he got into it, I have to get into it. And we just loved volunteering. So then he went on to be hired in Baltimore City, and then his main career was in Prince George's. And my husband that I met was also City of Frederick firefighter. So I decided to be Frederick City. And I was the first woman. Very proud to say I was the only one that ever got through the city agility test.
Okay.
And so that's how I kind of got into it, and I've always loved it. And I'm still a volunteer, so, and I'll always be running calls wherever I might be around.
So, well, you have to love the service
yeah.
and love what you do to be in this. And 31 years is a long time for service, but I think really you've been on the front edge for women in the fire service. We have more women in the firefighters than we had at one time.
Yeah.
Certainly when you started, you were the first firefighter hired initially by the city of Frederick and then the county, and of course you're the first person to rise to the level of being a captain.
Mm-hmm.
So how's the experience been as a woman, and would you recommend it as a career for women who would like to do it?
Absolutely recommend it as a career because I wouldn't change a thing. I have loved my job. I've never had a problem because I did my job. I've fortunately lived on a farm, so I always had the upper body strength and very aggressive fire-wise. My brother went more EMS-wise, he's paramedic, and I went more fire side.
Okay.
And I guess everyone that I worked with knew that I was always going to be right there. And it was always a joke when I got to be an officer. When my rookies would come, they said, always hang on to her coat because she's going in. And if they lose me, they'd be out and I'd be in. And so it was always a joke there. But I would absolutely recommend this because I progressed through all the ranks, even acting battalion chief. And that was always fun because if I was acting, I got to go anywhere in the county. And fortunately, being a volunteer since '75, I've known just about everybody around the county. And it's just an awesome career. Absolutely. Very fulfilling.
And I know that, again, I think everybody in the fire service knows you. You've worked in the city of Frederick, but you've also worked all around the county. And
the voice.
And you have had really a good, strong professional and personal relationship with your fellow firefighters.
Oh, yeah.
And one time you were in the president of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association.
First female of that, too.
And so what year was that?
Oh, gosh. Now you got me. I can't even
remember. Okay.
It's been a while.
All right. So what are the big memories that stand out for you?
Call-wise or just
what you see as highlights from your career. What memories do you have that really stick in your mind?
The 13 years that no other woman could ever pass the test, that's probably one of the best. Some pretty significant fires, EMS calls. Things have changed a lot over the years.
Yes, they have.
Used to be just a badge of honor to come off a bad call, either covered in blood or filthy dirty from a fire, and now we learn the hard way. And I did when I got breast cancer and learned the hard way that we have to be more careful about things. So I think just changing to teach, that's a big thing in the fire department, teaching the new ones coming in And I've always had such good rookies, very receptive on learning what I was trying to teach, or just very receptive on anything we did around the station. That was always a plus. But the safety things, Frederick County is very progressive in safety. And that's changed over the years, because when I started, we didn't even have gloves for EMS calls.
Really?
So now everybody has gloves. Oh yeah, it was, we'd be right, I have to yell at my brother now, because we still get in there and we forget our gloves. But yeah, things have
That
changed
was probably
quite a bit.
standard for the time.
Oh yeah, and nobody did any of that. We didn't realize. And now with bloodborne pathogens, you have to be so careful, which, like I say, Frederick County is very progressive. The carcinogens and fires were very progressive for safety. We have a very good safety office that you get at a working incident, you get a fresh hood, you get fresh gloves, the wipes we use now, really progressive. And we have to push that more, because it used to be we'd put the fire out and we'd be in there, we'd take our face pieces off and be in there with all the still smoke, and we realize how bad that was now.
Yeah.
So that's a big change. But
Well, so now there are more women. So I'm not sure who the second woman was, but my guess is you know who that is.
oh yeah, Kathleen Grady Horn.
Okay.
She's at Academy now. She's a captain now.
Yes, she is.
Her and Jen Lewis were the next two, and Jen has retired. But yeah, there's a lot of them in now, and we do the CPAT with Frederick County, so that's a different type of agility test. But yeah, there's a lot more now.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough job physically
Very.
and emotionally. And, I always say one of the most important parts of the job is just taking care of people.
Yeah.
And really that interaction you have with whoever you're responding to help, whether it's in a fire or whether it's an EMS call,
Yeah.
that you're really focusing on taking care of people and keeping them safe.
Well, and I love Frederick County, and I love taking care of Frederick County people, and we have to take care of ourselves too.
Yes.
And that's why I'm called Mother so much. Wish I could take all the people call me Mother off on my taxes, but yeah. So yeah, just taking care of everybody, making sure everybody's safe. Either the people we're there to take care of, or our people, and that's one thing that was always important to me, is loyalty for our people that I was working with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had very good shifts. I always had good shifts.
Well, you do become a fire family.
Oh
And
yes.
I've certainly seen that and observed that in action in multiple different circumstances. And so you're certainly a beloved member of the Frederick County Fire family. And I know a lot of people will miss seeing you as a regular employee, but I know you'll be out there as a volunteer. And so you have any other things you want to share about what has changed over the years?
Well, when I was staffing, when I was hired, there were 21 people, and now there's 400.
Yeah,
So that's a big change.
absolutely.
We've changed some of the way we do things, but pretty much, especially the fire side, it's still, and Frederick County is a really good, aggressive firefighters. I like that. That's what I've always been. So that's, but no, I think just loyalty with people, and just remember who we're here to protect. And a lot of times people, they get tired during the middle of the night for calls, but I say, we're here to protect everybody. And I think that was one of the things that I always loved. I missed the ambulance. Once I got promoted, I was mainly on an engine, and I was a paramedic for 25 years, or a CRT. And so I do miss that. I wasn't able to recert. That was when my husband was dying of cancer. But those kind of things, you always want to have the loyalties, and I always got such good respect. That always was awesome. And when I finally retired, to see all the outpouring of respect was awesome. It just was very overwhelming.
Well, as you said, you did your job. People appreciated that. You were obviously a mentor to a lot of people. You say you were their mother, but
Has the highest promotion rates of my people.
And so, well, that's because you trained them to do the right things.
Yep.
And you've cared about people. All of your colleagues, you've cared about them personally, and you've cared about the people that you served, and there's nothing better than that.
Oh yeah, now I'm going to serve Wolfsville, which I've always done that, and love Wolfsville. I'll never leave Wolfsville. That's where I live.
Okay, I'm sure they're happy to have you there volunteering.
Great people. Well, Frederick County in general, but Wolfsville, of course, I'm a little care for them a little more.
I know you haven't been retired for very long, but do you have any plans in retirement besides continuing to volunteer?
Oh, well, I'm not going to get another job. Everybody retires and gets another job. I'm going to take care of my daughter and my farm. I love flowers, so I'm going to be out in my flower gardens during the summer and the winter. My dad, when he retired, he did a lot of woodworking.
Okay.
And those tools are all there, so I'm gonna do that for the wintertime. So, got my plans. Hopefully, I can do that.
All right.
But I just want to enjoy life for a little while.
Very good. You certainly deserve that.
Thank
So
you.
is there anything else you'd like to share?
I think we covered it. I mean, it's the most awesome job in the world. Frederick County is great to work for. I've loved every bit of it. It's a great career to start. It has changed over the years, but it's for the best, and I wouldn't change a thing. I've been very blessed that way.
Well, it really doesn't get better than that.
Right.
So, well, thank you for all you've done to serve our community, to take care of people, to really mentor many other people, to be on the leading edge for women, and to really demonstrate that professionalism. And really, thank you for your exemplary service to the people of Frederick County. So you love Frederick County, and I have to say Frederick County loves you right back.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
So thank you for joining us for Community Conversations. Certainly, if you see Captain Edie Rinehart out and about in our community, say thank you to her service and recognize her for all that she's done for the Frederick County community, and that we know she will continue to do in the years ahead. Thank you for joining us.